Okay,
Yo,
let's
yo,
go.
yo, what's up? It's your boy Third Degree, aka Third Diesel, aka Third Carrera, aka the best with the pen. Welcome to the new channel, Rap on Rap, where I'm gonna be talking about a lot of albums, a lot of reviews. I know there's a lot of album review channels out there already. I figure I have a unique perspective since I'm a rapper already, and I can give you the rap reviews from a rap perspective. I listen from a rapper ear, which is different from just a regular consumer ear, so I'll be able to give you a little bit more depth into the breakdown. So, why not start off the channel with a review that everybody has already listened to and everybody has already given their opinion on? And this is Drake's Certified Lover Boy album review. Let's get into it. Remember, like and subscribe. We need to get this channel up and running. Let's get it. So, this is the sixth album from Champagne Papi, aka Drake, aka Aubrey Graham. And heavily delayed, mostly due to the pandemic. Drake was not gonna release an album if he couldn't tour. That's the main thing. Drake needs to tour, and he needs you to live this music, get out into the streets, vibe with it, drive around with it, go to shows and dance along to the music in order for you to gain that whole Drake experience. And since he couldn't drop this earlier in the year, he's dropped it 9 months later. Hence the album cover. Pregnant emojis. I absolutely hate this album cover. Seeing how I have a graphic design background as well, there is absolutely nothing creative about this album cover. Especially with the whole Sports Center rollout, all of the shenanigans that led up into this album to release this artwork is a crime, essentially. From a top tier artist, it's just, I don't know what he was thinking. We get into the first track, Champagne Poetry. I do really like this sample. I do really like how it was chopped up. It's an old Beatles sample, which was covered by somebody else. Ironically enough, it has a very old Kanye sample feel to it. I like how Drake was spitting on this track. Very good, but it's really nothing that we haven't heard before. It really gave me a Tuscan leather-ish feel to it, but solid opening, but nothing that we haven't heard before. The next track, Poppy's Home, which my OCD writing brain really, it annoys me because the track is called Poppy's Home, but all through the track you scream Daddy's Home. Why not just call it Daddy's Home?
He needs some milk.
On the tail end of this, we get a Nicki Minaj intro, outro that she just talks on, and no verse. No verse. This would have been elevated even more if we would have got that Nicki verse and she would have been talking her shit on here, talking about all these bitches is my sons. You know how she do. But we don't get that. The next track, Girls Like Girls, featuring Lil Baby. There was a track that PNB Rock released. I like girls that like girls. That one is 100 times better than this track. This track is it's very dull. It's very boring. It's very minimal. It's very Lil Baby, he spits a verse and it's good. My problem with Lil Baby is that he goes a little too hard sometimes. He tends to drop a verse and it is so like in your face, even on tracks where he doesn't really need to be. I need him to tone it down just a little bit, see what the vibe of the song is, and go along with that, because it's a decent effort, but it's his style in this beat. It just, to me, it just doesn't mesh. In the Bible is the next track, and it's another cool track. I mean, it's nothing to stand out. Followed by the next track featuring Jay-Z, All Love. And this by far is the weakest collab between Drake and Jay-Z. Even Jay-Z's verse was hard, but I've heard way better verses from Jay over the years, especially on other people's tracks. So, I mean, I know he was also on Donda, which stay tuned to. We got a review for that coming up as well. So he has a verse on Donda as well. And he has a verse on here. So I wonder if I don't know, if he just giving Drake some of his B material? And if so, is he coming out with a project himself and he doesn't really want to give Drake the A material? I hope that's the case, because this verse and this song, it just wasn't it. It just wasn't it for me. And usually I'm all over a Jay feature, but this one, it was very, very lackluster. Track 6, Fair Trade. I don't even remember this song. This is one featuring Travis Scott, and I don't even remember what it sounds like, to be honest. I've listened to the album about 3 times. I couldn't even tell you a standout verse, a bar, how the beat sound. And these are the 2 people that gave a sicko mode. So take with that as you will. The next track is Way Too Sexy. And this apparently is going to be the single. We know it's the single because this is the first video that Drake released for this album. And this is by far one of the worst songs that Drake, I feel, has ever released, ever. Aww. This song is horrible. It samples Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy for My Whatever. Future kind of saves the track with the hook, but even that is like, And at the tail end, you have Young Thug, who you even forget that he's even on the song. It's just way too, I don't know. This is not it. But I guarantee you, people said the same thing when Hotline Bling first came out, and that was out of here. So, you know, if it was anybody else, I would be like, their career is over releasing this song. But I guarantee you, Drake will find a way to push this, and everybody will love it in about a week. Followed by TSU, Drake, another song rapping about saving strippers and giving them money because she wants to better her life, and in return you give Drake some kind of sexual favors. This is a simp anthem, definitely a simp anthem, and I'm not even going to talk about the R. Kelly debacle that's entangled in this track. So on to the next one. In Too Deep. The concept is actually better than the song. This is another one featuring Future. It's a good track, but I don't know, to me it just wasn't executed well. Followed by track 10, Pipe Down. I love the beat. There's a few lines that stand out. Angel Eyes, even though you giving me hell. I'm on that ass like back pockets. That was, there's a couple standout lines. It's a decent track, but again, nothing that was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Knife Talk featuring Project Pat. This is a track where the features stand out more than Drake does. The beat is crazy. Project Pat, I miss this dude. He killed it. And, 21 Savage, he does his thing on it as well. Drake, is in the mix and gives you that Memphis-y sound, 3-6 Mafia sound from back in the day. It's a good track. Track 14, which is a bright spot on this album. It is 7 a.m. on Bridle Path. Everybody knows when Drake gives you a time and a location, it's going down. This track is super hard. The beat is hard. The lyrics are hard. This is by far one of the best tracks on this entire album, and we get it at track 14. Obviously, this is one of the tracks where Drake is definitely going at Kanye and going at him hard. Well, we know what happened when Kanye released the location to Drake's house. Drake spits, you should have put that address in the navigation instead of a post on Instagram out of desperation. We get bars like that. And this is Drake when he's really in his bag. I love this track. This is hard. From track 18. I skipped from 14 to 18 because, listen, there is nothing else that is as hard as track 18 on here, and that's You Only Live Twice. Another bright spot on this album featuring Rick Ross and Lil Wayne. This is like a Lord Knows type track. The beat is hard, lyrics are hard, Wayne is hard, Ross is hard, and Drake brings it home on this one. Drake is definitely in his bag, but this is track 18. Track 18. And I don't know. 19, Drake and Cudi end their beef and they do a track together. And you would think after all of this time, they release a banger, and that is far from the case here. This track is listenable only for Kid Cudi. Drake is very meh on this track, and to have Cudi on this track after a fallout from you guys for so long and you finally put something like this out is very disheartening. In conclusion, this album is it's very bland. It's very on the surface. It's a typical Drake album. We don't really get too in depth with who he really is. We get a lot of the, I got too much money. I don't know if she loves me. Let me spend money on strippers. Let me fly out here. It's very much of that. We don't really get too much. It's not phenomenal. It's not a classic. It's not one of Drake's best works. It's just a very decent, on the nose Drake album. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it's a classic. It's a classic. Oh my God, it's a classic." It's not a classic. A lot of people like to compare Drake and Jay-Z a lot of times, and Jay-Z's 6th studio album was The Blueprint. The Blueprint. Certified classic. I'm not even comparing this to The Blueprint. I'm just comparing Jay's 6th album versus where Drake is at his 6th album. And this is not it. It's a few bright spots on here. Like I said, Champagne Poetry's good. 6 a.m. Bridle Path. You Only Live Twice. There's a few that's, if you want to catch a vibe and just put it on the playlist and listen to, Drake is going to give you what Drake does. But in the long run, I don't think we're going to be listening to this album next year. 10 years from now, I don't think people will look back and say, "Oh, this album really was that great." It's going to be forgettable. You can pick the handful of tracks that you like off of here, put it on a playlist, combine them with some other tracks that Drake has released throughout the years, and probably make a better project. I'm going to give this 3 CDs out of 5. 3 CDs out of 5. That was it. Drake, Champagne Poppy, Certified Lover Boy. Remember, guys, like, subscribe. Let's get these likes and comments and everything up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Catch you on the next time. Peace.